know most of our data are from the census, service, and administrative. But is it enough for us to measure all these 232 indicators? No. Therefore, what are the ways that we can do to build the gaps that we have identified?
The situational analysis we did in these districts, we realize that it's a big problem the way the system is set out now. For us to be able to monitor and manage solid waste properly. The district assemblies, who have the direct responsibility to ensure waste management in the districts, often do not have much to say when it comes to those who providers who take it away. Because the contract was not provided, but it was not signed by the assembly.
Now, domestic violence is a criminal. Made a bypass act where criminal activities are not properly reported but issued as mere comments. How would that data represent actual domestic violence issues? As it is not verifiable, it does not subject to the test of investigations or whatsoever. We have seen 2,000 domestic violence cases going up, but officially the records of Ghana police force is only 3.
He said the app is not supposed to take personal information, but rather places where the incident occurred. I think you should go a step further in helping the institutions that are responsible to resolve these issues to, target and zero down on where specifically the incident happened so that they are addressed.
There's a slight difference between CPI and inflation. So CPI measures the changes in the prices of these consumer goods and services over time. Whereas inflation is the rate at which those changes are occurring. I just want to put it very simply. So inflation measures the rate at which the prices are varying. While CPI talk about the change in the prices itself.
Many of you would have been dealing with CPI. Many of you dealing with GDP. But how much do we know in terms of what goes into the computations of these indicators? So we think that this is a necessary step that will lead us to understanding and knowing how we can operate data that we get from other places with data that come from GSS.
I would like to thank our funders as the Hewlett Foundation that have made this project and the partnership with our two partner institutions possible.
We've been here for the past 2 days having a training workshop for staff of the Register Department of Parliament. Before we move in here, our expectation is that we will be able to share with the staff of Parliamentary Register Department the kind of things that we do at GSS, how we produce CPI and inflation, how we produce our gross domestic product, and other studies that we do.
This program is under the project that we call Data for Accountability project, which is funded by the Hewlett Foundation and is implemented jointly by ACEPA, the Ghana Statistical Service, and we have a partner that is not based here, based in England, called INASP. They are based in Oxford.
Within this period of COVID, GSS has implemented quite a number of programs. First was the data dashboard, that's the COVID-19 data dashboard that we provided. And that dashboard was the first dashboard from the Global South. That's all developing countries put together. Our dashboard was the first one the UN actually picked and put on the UN COVID-19 dashboard, and worked with Ghana to train other countries in Africa, Latin America, and Asia to start developing their own COVID-19 data dashboards.
For the business tracker, we reach out to both household and non-household businesses. The key results that we saw, we realized that close to about 30,000 businesses closed down as a result of the COVID. And we could see that about 35%, which is around that figure, they were either temporarily closed or they were permanently closed.
We have a lot of data generating institutions across the country, including GSS. But then there hasn't been that kind of relationship. We didn't have that collaboration so that we can interact directly. Anytime we need information, then we get it easily. There had not been that kind of relationship. So this project has come to bridge that relationship. And so far we've seen that it's helping us.
We want to get to a point where someday our decision makers, just like what happens in some of these advanced democracies, can make decisions that are not just based on politics, that are not just based on guesswork, but decisions that are solid.
When I got here and then I went through the program lineup, I realized that there was more to do than just coming to talk about Parliament and Parliament and Parliament. There was so much to learn. I was able to also interact with people, knowing that we have a lot of false data out there, and so to look out for the very reasonable or recognizable type of information, or the institutions where you can really get good information for any research paper or work you want to carry out.
It is becoming increasingly clear that this work that we are doing together with GSS and our other partner is beginning to bring about some policy shifts within Parliament.
The research department will be able to do better. Will be able to meet the needs of members of Parliament as with respect to what information and then data.
The discussions that have gone on have shown that the people have shown enthusiasm. They are willing to know how we do things, so they can also put data into their planning and work.